Namaste. I'm Bhavna, the founder of Learning Sutra Lifelong Learning. I'm an English language trainer and, of course, a storyteller. And you can call me Story Aunty. Do you like listening to stories? If so, welcome to my channel, Storyland by Learning Sutra, where you can learn English through stories. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to Storyland. Are you ready to listen to today's story? Find a cozy corner and settle down with a glass of water. Namaste everyone. This is Story Aunty once again. I hope you've been listening to my earlier stories. Did you like the stories? Thank you for waiting so patiently for the next story. This time I have a beautiful story about two siblings, a brother and a sister. So let's start. The name of today's story is My Brother's Wheelchair. But before we listen to the story, let's thank the people who brought us the story. The author, that's the writer, is Salil Chaturvedi. The illustrator, that's the one who's drawn the beautiful pictures, is Tanvi Bhat. So, thank you Pratham Books for bringing us this lovely story. So, let's begin the story. But before that, let's think to learn. What do you think this story is about? Do you think this is a happy story or a sad story? How do you know? Which word is spelled incorrectly in the title of the story? Why do you think the author spelled it like that? Pause the video here and think about these questions. Take a minute or two. When you're ready, you can continue watching the story. Let's meet the main characters of the story. Durva is a little girl and Dhrubo is Durva's brother. Durva is going to be narrating this story. Did you know that most Indian names have a meaning? The word Durva and Dhrubo have a meaning too. The word Durva means a medicinal herb or sacred grass. The word Dhrubo is the name of a star. My name, Bhavna, has a meaning too. Bhavna means feelings. Does your name have a meaning too? So let's listen to Durva narrating her story. Here's what she says. Look at both the siblings enjoying themselves. Do you enjoy playing with your brother or sister? I'm sure you do. Durva and Dhrubo love playing with each other and spending time with each other. Here's what Durva says. Here's me and my brother on his wheelchair. Everyone who sees us says we make a crazy pair. He has painted both the wheels in blues, yellows, and maroons. And sometimes, just for fun, he also ties balloons. Do you love balloons? I love colorful balloons. Durva and Dhrubo love balloons too. My brother is very smart. He's got plenty of brains. He helps me across puddles when it rains. Does your sibling help you do that? Or do you help your sibling? I'm sure you do. When we go to the park in the evening to play, he uses a horn, honk, honk, so people make way. Do you take your cycle to the park sometimes? I'm sure you use the honk and people make way for you. Going to the market with him is such a treat. He has a rear view mirror for when we are on the street. Imagine Dhruvo has a rear view mirror on his wheelchair. What fun! Sometimes he takes his chair into a shallow stream. I give it a good splash. And oh, how he does scream! Do you scream when you dip your feet in the river or in the stream? Do you like dipping your feet in the stream, in the water? Dhrubo loves it. So, Durva often splashes water on him. And Dhrubo splashes water on Durva. Do you do that with your siblings? When Baba and I take us to the hills for a hike, he puts on special wheels like a mountain bike. The word I and Baba mean mother and father in a regional Indian language. So the word I means mother and the word Baba means father. So Durva and Dhrubo often go to the hills with their parents for a hike. All our friends wait for their turn to ride. It feels so good with the arms out wide. He goes so fast. He's called the wheelchair champ. And now all our friends know their house must have a ramp. So, did you enjoy this short story? Let me show you some helpful language to talk about Dhrubo. Let's read to remember. What words can we use to talk about Dhrubo? Wheelchair user? Yay! A person who uses a wheelchair? Yay! Handicapped? Boo! Crippled? Boo! Remember, it's better to change our environment and attitudes rather than try to change people with differences. Changes in society remove barriers for everyone. Before we end today's story, let me give you some questions to pause and ponder. How many people do you know who use a wheelchair? Who are they? Have you seen any ramps at the places you've been to? Who uses those ramps? What simple changes would you make to your home or school to make Dhrubo feel welcome and included. What did you learn from the story of Durva and Dhrubo? Keep thinking about these questions and do answer these questions in the comments below. I'm waiting for your responses. So that's the end of today's story. See you again in Storyland. But keep thinking about these questions and do send in your answers in the comments. If you've loved this story, do visit our website thelearningsutra.com to find more stories and some lessons around similar stories and videos. Thank you and bye from Story Aunty. Namaste. Did you enjoy today's story? If you want to listen to more stories like this, subscribe now to my channel, Storyland by Learning Sutra, where you can learn English through stories. For now, bye from Story Aunty. See you. For now, bye.